Well, the night before he passed, up and down to the bathroom all night, and it was like 4:30, and he said, "Wake up. I'm already bloody awake. You've woken me up." And he said, "Kiss me," and then he said, "Hug me tight." Said to him, "If you do this show, that's it. You're not going to get through it." And we just sat there, and he said, "I'm doing it."
Sharon Osbourne has spoken with a depth of honesty that has left even her longtime followers stunned, giving the clearest and most emotionally raw account yet of the final days she spent with her husband, rock legend Ozzy Osbourne.
Really vivid dreams. The night before he passed, he, up and down to the bathroom all night, and it was like 4:30, and he said, "Wake up. I'm already bloody awake. You've woken me up." And he said, "Kiss me," and then he said, "Hug me tight."
Speaking slowly, sometimes pausing as though reliving each moment in real time, she described the weeks surrounding his death as a blur of fear, love, helplessness, and memories that now feel too painful and too precious to separate. For the first time, she painted a full picture of what it was like to watch the man she had been bound to for more than 40 years fade in front of her, all while trying desperately to stay strong for the children they raised together and the life they built side by side.
He knew his body was failing him. He was in so much pain, so much pain. And I mean, he had pneumonia 3 times this year, destroyed him. I mean, he was on these shots of antibiotics. It used to take 20 minutes for the shot to go in, and he had that twice a day. And it kills everything in you, the good, the bad, everything. So much antibiotics.
Ozzy's passing on July 22nd at their Buckinghamshire home came just 2 weeks after he walked onto a stage in Birmingham for what would become his farewell performance. Sharon said she had known the moment he stepped onto that stage that it would take everything he had left. Doctors had warned that the strain could be dangerous, yet Ozzy insisted on giving fans one final moment. She described watching him that night with a mixture of awe and dread, realizing that she was witnessing the last spark of a lifetime of defiance. He was determined, she said. That was Ozzy. Nothing and no one could make him walk away from a promise.
I said to him, "If you do this show, that's it. You're not going to get through it."
So he knew that if you went ahead with the show, it would probably kill him.
Yeah. He didn't want to die on stage. He didn't. But he did it his way. It was like I was in a dream. I was looking down on it all. My kids could see and feel how much their father was loved.
I don't know how you feel, given how painful it's been to lose him.
See, you started me off now.
What she did not expect was how quickly things would change once the concert ended. In the days that followed, Ozzy became exhausted in a way that frightened her. She said she noticed a heaviness in him that wasn't just physical tiredness, but something deeper, something she struggled to put words to at the time. He started speaking quietly about dreams he was having, dreams so vivid they lingered with him long after he woke. He told her he was seeing crowds of people he didn't recognize, silent faces that appeared night after night, always looking toward him but never speaking. Sharon said there was something about the way he described them that unsettled her immediately, not because the dreams were frightening, but because Ozzy didn't speak about them with confusion or panic. He spoke about them as if he knew they meant something he couldn't quite explain. She said she realized later that these dreams were the moment he began preparing himself for what was coming, even though she couldn't bear to believe it at the time. As his condition grew worse, Sharon found herself waking repeatedly throughout the night to check on him. She said she could feel every shift in his breathing, every time he moved, every time he whispered her name. The night before he died is burned into her memory with painful clarity. Ozzy, unable to sleep, woke her several times, apologizing softly each time. Then, in a moment she now replays over and over, he asked her to kiss him and hold him tightly. She didn't realize then that he was creating a final memory, giving her what would become the last moment of closeness they would ever share. She said if she had known, she would have held him longer, refused to let go. "I didn't understand the weight of what he was asking," she said quietly. "I wish I had." The morning that changed everything began like any other, with Ozzy insisting he wanted to use the gym, a habit he had clung to for years. Sharon said she was uneasy about it, but Ozzy had always been stubborn and fiercely independent, even in his frailest moments. Only minutes passed before she heard shouting, and when she ran downstairs, she found paramedics urgently working over him. Sharon said she knew instantly, in the way that only a longtime partner can know, that he was already gone. She didn't need a doctor to confirm it. She felt it in the silence that seemed to fall over the entire house, in the way the air changed, in the way her own legs nearly gave out beneath her. Even as medics rushed him away, even as they tried every measure they could, Sharon said there was no part of her that believed he would come back. The man she had loved since she was young was no longer there, and she felt the world shift under her feet. Quick favor, if you love our content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Over 92% of viewers haven't yet. It's free, takes a second, and means the world to us. Thanks if you did. Now back to the show. She described the aftermath as the most disorienting period of her life, a stretch of days and nights that blended together in a haze of exhaustion and disbelief. She said she kept expecting to hear his footsteps or the sound of him humming under his breath as he always did. The house felt too quiet, too still, too unlike the place they had shared for decades. She admitted she didn't know what to do with herself. Every routine she had built for more than 40 years was built around Ozzy. They were a pair, a unit, a world unto themselves. Without him, even simple decisions felt impossible. She said she would wake up in the morning and lie still, hoping the ache in her chest would ease even a little, but it never did. It's like walking around with a weight pressing onto your heart. You get up, you move, you talk, but the ache never loosens, she said quietly. What kept her grounded, she said, were their children, who stepped in with a gentleness and strength that she will never forget. Amy, Kelly, and Jack surrounded her with the same fierce protectiveness their parents had always shown them. They cooked for her, sat with her, stayed close, even when she insisted she was fine.
What were your last conversations with him like?
He told me that he was having dreams the last week, seeing people that he never knew, and they were, I said, well, what kind of people? He goes, all different people, and I just keep walking and walking, and I'm seeing all these different people every night, and I go back there, and I'm looking at these people, and they're looking at me, and nobody's talking. And he knew he was ready.